Hi, thank you for joining me for the Libra Tarotscope for September. Start the month Libra of September with the Page of Cups. So this little guy is very sensitive and caring and nurturing. And he knows when he plants his garden, he has to pay attention to them. Just like relationships, you have to put some effort into your relationships, give them a little sunshine and water, and they will grow, as long as they're in fertile soil. So this is an important thing to be reminded of, and that's what the page is here to do, especially for you. And then we have the King of Cups, so we have a big cup theme going on here. And the King of Cups is an enigmatic fellow, and he's happy to sit down and have a drink with almost anybody as long as they're willing to drink with him. But he doesn't want to actually give up his emotions too much. He may get a little bit wallowing into his emotions after a while, but he is a good guy, and he does want to listen, and he does care about you. So that's the two cup cards that come up first, but then we have the Six of Wands. So I'm not quite sure who these people are in relationship to you in your life, but there's a younger cup and there's an older cup person, and the cups are going to be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Then we have the Six of Wands, and this card is the victory card, same as it is in Rider deck. It just means that you have managed to win the battles, whether it's of housework or at your job or with the kids or whatever. But you have won the battle and you're victorious, and you need to take a minute to kind of bask in the glory. Now, at the beginning of the second week, we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is a card about creation. You combine two things and you come up with a third thing. So that could be, a wedding, a birth, a celebration of some kind, the culmination of some sort of happy event. So something happy is coming about in the second week of September. But then you have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands represents a crossroads. You need to make decisions about where you're going to go next. What are you going to do next? How are you going to plant your flag on the earth and say, this is me, and this is who I am, and this is what I do? The Two of Wands very often is more of a decision card than the Two of Swords. And then we have the Three of Swords, speaking of swords, and this is a card of turmoil. In this deck, it's not just grief after the turmoil, it's the turmoil itself. It's the trouble, it's the dissension. As they put it, it's the lipstick on his collar and the late nights at the office. Like, you're starting to see that there's trouble somewhere, and you need to take care of it. You need to address it. So that's what's going on in the second week, which is weird. You have the Three of Cups, which is a lot of creation, but then you have to make decisions, or you're at a crossroads and you have to forge ahead, but then you sense trouble in the making. So if this does have to do with your relationships, then I would say pay attention. You may be starting to create something with a person who really isn't there for you 100%. So be careful of that, Libra. And so now you need to stand up for yourself and look down both sides of the crossroads and determine which way you want to go and who you want to be. Then we have, for the third week, we start with the Five of Swords. Now in this deck, the Five of Swords means accepting reality. You cannot do everything that you think you want to do. This is a card that says that you have limitations. The limitations may just be physical ones, like you're only one person, you have two pairs of hands, but it can also be time management. Like, there's only so much time to do the things that you're trying to do. So again, with the decisions, you have to prioritize what it is that you're trying to do and choose the most important things and get those done. And then we have the Page of Wands. Now this page could indicate a younger person who's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or just a younger person who has a great deal of imagination and spunk and joy and just wants to go, has no fear, just wants to go wherever he wants to go and create things and inspire people with his creativity. It can also mean that you need to grow before you can bring your dreams into reality. So you may need to explore things, take a class, sit down and really flesh out your ideas before you can make something happen. And this goes along with the Five of Swords, that in order to really make your dreams a reality, you have to acknowledge your limitations, but you can also dream and imagine what the design of your next project is really going to be like. So these two cards, I think, go together really well in the third week to show that you have something that you're trying to get off the ground, but you need to be realistic about how you do that, and you may even need to do some more digging into the project to flesh it out more completely. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a person that always has money on her mind. Now, she may be an employer or a friend or somebody, or she may be somebody within your circle, like a relative or something, or just a close friend or the mother of a close friend. But the Queen of Pentacles is always looking at how her hard-earned investments will pay off. And she's quick to take her money and spend it on beautiful and elegant things for herself and her family and sometimes her friends. But the Queen of Pentacles, if it is somebody like an employer situation, then this is a person who expects too much of you, who is kind of hard on you a little bit, but may respect what you can do. She's also a transactional person. If the friendships in her life are not paying off, she's going to dump them and find people who will pay off. So the Queen of Pentacles can be a little bit transactional, but in general, she's generous to her friends and family. So if this person is around you, don't expect that she's going to give you something for nothing. She's going to expect something in return if she gives you advice or a helping hand in any way. And if she's investing in your project, you better believe she wants to see it pay off. Then we have, for the beginning of the fourth week, the Two of Cups. So this is very, very interesting. So this could be the beginning of a new relationship, or it could be the rejuvenation of a relationship. So if you are already involved with the King of Cups, then this is a rejuvenation of that relationship. This shows that there is happiness and cooperation and joy between the two parties. So it's a happy, happy time for you and a big boost to your relationship, whether it's brand new or an existing relationship. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. You have a lot of twos here. You have a lot of decisions to make. With the Two of Pentacles, we're talking about balancing responsibilities and balancing your life and keeping things in balance. So it's not just about the money or your health. It's really about your whole life. Are you able to do the things that you need to do, still have time for yourself, and have a smile on your face when your partner comes home at the end of the day? If you do, then you're in balance. If you don't, then you need to work on it, regardless of your situation, regardless of whether you're a single mom of 5 or a married mother of 2. You need to balance your responsibilities and be able to be happy at the end of the day with what you've done. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is you, Libra. I just love this description of the Queen of Swords from the guidebook. I'm actually going to read it to you because it's a little bit funny. So it says, sharp-tongued, stern, and mournful. This queen has seen her share of hardship and sorrow. Never fear, she's pulled herself through the dark days by being tough as nails with a cast-iron will and razor-sharp wit. The Queen of Swords keeps a stiff upper lip and holds her head high in the face of adversity. Unfortunately, she can also be a total bitch. While it's admirable to seem impervious to enemies, don't unleash that coldness on loved ones. So, Libra, you see what she's doing in the picture. She's cutting off the rose that has the man's face in it. So she's cutting off her partner. So this Queen of Swords is almost as transactional as the Queen of Pentacles. So is that you? Be a little bit careful there, Libra. I know you don't want to be known for that. So anyway, Libra, what it's saying is that you can have what you really want. You're a little bit stern. Allow your emotions to come to the surface a little bit more. Don't be quite so cold-hearted. Don't look at things in quite such a logical, detached way. Allow yourself to enjoy your partner and really enjoy the happy things in life, because that's what's coming to you. Now, these things that you have to make decisions about, okay, you need to make decisions about projects, otherwise the Queen of Pentacles is not going to invest in your line of clothing or whatever it is that your project is. So just be aware of that, Libra. You've got nice new things coming up for September. You do have lots of decisions. You've got I think all the twos, right? No, you have 3 of the 4 twos. You have 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. But you've got some, nice people around you. King of Cups, Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords to help you out. And the rest, and Page of Cups. I forgot about the first card, the Page of Cups. So you've got a lot of people around there to help you out. So let's go on to your Oracle card. And the Oracle card I pulled is Boundaries, Waxing Gibbous. And notice she's sitting in a bubble. And let's get the guidebook on that one. There's a couple of Waxing Gibbous cards. We had one in the Gemini reading as well. This Waxing Gibbous talks about boundaries. Judging what you need and what you don't need allows you to place healthy boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. Judge what is healthy and right for you with clarity and care. Simplify. And here's your phrase, I can say yes or no with authenticity and clarity. In times of sickness, or say the presence of very strong emotions such as grief, we often naturally simplify. We cut out all the extras that are too hard or too complex at that time. We might not take up an invitation to an event we might have to work at attending. We might only watch a film we know uplifts us. We might only want to see or communicate with friends we know and trust to understand, love, and support us, warts and all. We might only choose to spend the depth of our heart and time with a few people rather than many, and we become vastly sensitive to those we now discover take their unfair share of our energy. We might also look to our body more compassionately and eat nourishing foods to heal it, do comforting things for it to recover more easily, or just decide to rest it completely. If we are healthy people, we naturally action a kind of simplicity and a set of boundaries to protect ourselves so we can give ourselves some space to heal. What if we did this all the time? What if we more consciously chose more simple and specifically for the benefit of our own mind, body, and spirit? Yes, life is complex, but it can be richer and more enjoyable if we pare back what is negatively extra and choose a more deliberate and authentic path. We don't need so much fluff and people-pleasing and running about madly, and fast food and fast fashion and gossip and hardcore Olympic-level scheduling and stress. We just don't. Look at what you chose to do last time you were forced to simplify. If it was a positive choice, maybe that could be your starting point for something better today. This judgment you made was for you, and it worked. Not all judgment is bad or to be avoided. Every single one of us judges every day. We judge what brand of washing powder to buy among many. We judge what TV show is good and what isn't. We vote, which is a judgment on trust. We have a legal system with a judge. We judge what we will accept and what we will not. If we don't, we do not have values, nor do we have boundaries. A huge issue for some. To simply focus on your own experiences and not look outside yourself for justice may all be very nice for gurus. But for those of us who want to be the change they wish to see, I judge happily that certain things are unacceptable. So I strive to change those things. People judged that slavery wasn't right and involved themselves in change, even to the extent of waging war. People judged that whaling wasn't right, so it's been banned in most countries. We judged that apartheid wasn't right, and people died to change it. One brave man, Nelson Mandela, was jailed for decades as a result. Boundaries teach people how to treat us, and this is a kind of positive judgment. And the companion stone or metal for this is obsidian, which is a protection stone. And my air conditioner went off, so that's why you don't hear that background buzz anymore. All right, so good reading for you, Libra, for the month of September. Very, very good. It looks like you're going to be very busy. So I hope you are eating your Wheaties and doing everything you can so that you can be on top of all of this busyness. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I will still be reading tarot cards up at the Ren Fair through October 9th. If you care to stop by and see me at the fair, I have my own booth this year, the Cool Crone booth. And I would be happy to do a reading for you there. If you're curious about the fair and want to know more and you're in the New York area, go to thecoolcrone.com and the New York Renaissance Fair pop-up will just greet you as you come in. In addition, I'm doing 2 fairs on October 15th and 16th in the northern New Jersey area, and for those fairs you can make appointments on my website if you want to book in advance. So just go to Book Now and click on Fairs and you should be able to find a slot. And the fair readings are shorter, so they don't cost as much as my regular readings when you book on my website. Take a look at my services on my website if you're interested in a personal reading, either cards or astrology, and you can book there online for an appointment as well. Thank you again for watching this video. Have a wonderful month of September, Libra, and I will see you next time.